am the savviest of mics, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. And here we have Melyssa Ford's ex-co-host S. Now, they never officially did a podcast together. They were just rumored to do one. I guess they shot some things. They did some production on it. But there was a whole fallout with that. Melyssa Ford addressed it on Spaces. Thought we moved on from there, but my nigga Danny's doing the Lord work right now. Him and Raqi, shout out to them. Please, if you haven't checked out their podcast on his Patreon, I believe, go check that out. I'll put the link to Danny's channel in the description below. Shout out my nigga Danny from the stop. Let's get into what this is about, because apparently we have her exposing Melyssa Ford for snaking her and making her seem like she was going to be on the podcast when she wasn't. Let's listen.
Responsibility was to handle like the production of it, because that's obviously that she's in that world. She's done it before. My job was to handle like the operational administrative stuff, because that's what I do. So it was like social media, YouTube, all that stuff. I had secured everything. But what I had noticed was when she like went and started her own email. So I'm like, okay, is this like
the Metapod email?
Yeah, just like I created an email, but then she started using a different email address. So in my mind, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I don't want to look sideways. I would give people the benefit of the doubt. And when
but you knew it was shady.
I felt like it was, but again, I give people the benefit of the doubt. But I was just like intuitively feeling like she wasn't being transparent with everything.
And that was in the beginning stages of the podcast, prior to you guys filming or during?
No, that was before we filmed. And then when I saw the one pager, that was when it said the Menopod with Melyssa Ford. And I was like, hold up. Like, there was no mention of my name or my friend. And we were the ones we're the experts. Like, I have a master's degree in nutrition. My other girlfriend, she's in Pilates. She's been doing that for like 25 years. So, and Melyssa would bring like, I guess she wanted to bring a psychology component of it into it. But from what I know, I don't believe that she's educated in psychology. She just...
I want to throw Melyssa some bail here. Because at the end of the day, S, or whatever this chick's name is, see, I don't even know her full name. So why would you even expect Melyssa Ford to put your full name in? And then that's just a long title. It should be what it's called, whether it had been called The Menopod with Melyssa Ford or Hot and Bothered with Melyssa Ford. Because at the end of the day, if we're being honest, I'm sure you have a lot of things you could bring to the table when it comes to talking on a podcast about these certain subjects and topics. Cool. I'm sure you're degreed up. I'm sure you got all the knowledge you need to have to be able to get on a mic and express going through menopause, I guess. I don't know. But regardless of it, the only reason I would have clicked on it was for Melyssa Ford. I'm just being honest with you now. It'd been nice to meet whoever Melyssa Ford's cohorts and friends are. But at the same time, regardless of it, you got to do what sells. You got to do what, like, nobody's going to click on the Menopod podcast with Melyssa Ford, this person and that person. No, nobody's clicking on that. No, we're clicking on Hot and Bothered with Melyssa Ford, episode 1. That's what we're clicking on. I'm just being honest with you. Just keeping it above.
Reads a lot.
That's I was going to say from what background, I wasn't sure.
Did you guys ever discuss the splits of anything? Was it something along the lines of this person would make that, this person would make this, or did you even get that far?
Yeah, we got that far. I mean, I said, for me, it's not important who gets credit for this. I don't care. But on paper, we're equal, 33 and a third. Because it's not important to me to say, oh, I came up with this idea and I came up with the name. I don't care about that. But on paper, and then I brought my other friend into it who was like, she's not into social media. She's not into any of this. And so I felt badly because of the experience that we were kind of having. But she said, S, don't stress about it. Don't let it bother you. Ultimately, if she's doing something shady, she can't go anywhere. She can't use anything. So, because earlier before that, I wanted to trademark it, but then I'm thinking, I don't want to be shady on my end if I don't really know what this person is doing. I'm going to give them the benefit.
But you were going to try to secure the namesake because it's yours.
I own all the URLs. I purchased all the URLs and everything. I'm not stupid. So I just think that in that situation, Melyssa underestimated my level of intelligence and my ability to discern intuitively someone's behavior. When you're hyper focused on, it's like she wants something so badly to be hers, which I don't fault her for that. That's fine. But like, you're stepping on other people to get to the top. Like, that's not cool. And maybe you don't really know me that well, and you definitely don't know my friend that well. But if you're going to try to like insult my intelligence by not telling the whole story.
The tossed menopod launched. You found out about it on social media the same way I did. Was that the straw that broke the camel's hump? Like, wait a minute, what is this? You're like, it felt like she just kind of
announced it. I didn't know she was going to announce it on JBP. But we had discussed a 10/1 launch date. So that's why it was like the end of August and September we were filming, and I went to New York, probably like 4 times just for that.
I'm just here to provide pushback. I'm just here to defend Melyssa Ford's fucking honor. Shout out M4, the legend from the 6. Look. All I'm saying is, being objective here, I know I just exposed my biases, but being objective here, she did change the name. So if you want to take whatever the ideas you had and your friend had and make your own podcast, you could have went and did that. I mean, she changed the name to Hot and Bothered. You could just went and made your Menopod podcast with S and whoever this chick is that she keeps bringing up. You could have made your podcast with them two. It would have been all hoopty dandy. No, you wanted to be on that pod with Melyssa Ford because you understood the clout it came with. And you understood the clout it would come with if your name was by Melyssa Ford's in the title. Just being honest.
And I don't know why she did that, because at that point
you were traveling. I'm sorry to cut you off. You were traveling from LA to New York. Wow. So you said you came 4 times. Was that on your own dollar?
Yep.
I was just making sure she wasn't paying for transportation, lodging, all of those things. No, you came on your own accord.
It should have been incorporated into the production cost, of which
absolutely
she had spent money. And I'm like, well, where are the receipts? Like, what did you spend? Where's the deck? Like, I know how to make a deck. I know how to make a 1-pager.
You make that on Canva in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Right. So it was just like questions. My questions were not like, it took a while to get the deck. And that's when I was like, okay, something is going on. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to beef about it, because if we're filming and you're paying for all this, okay, fine. There's nothing that we had signed. We had signed nothing. So if you're going to go out in the world and be mad and say you paid for, that's your fault. You didn't have anybody sign anything. I brought up the fact that we should sign something early on, like very
at bare
early.
Minimum, consult with the group.
Yeah. Or have some type of just some type of document stating something that we're all in agreement. Right. And that was handled. And it's just, you can tell when someone is just bullying you.
I think one of the key points of this is you guys actually recorded like 5 episodes.
I think it was 4 or 5. There was one that I was not in. I wasn't there. So that was another thing that, say it was like a Monday where they filmed an episode at the V spot in the city, and she hit up my friend that was also involved. And so she went like last minute and they filmed together. And then they told me about it the following day. And I was like, wait, what? You guys filmed an episode? Okay. All right.
So Danny was asking, let's get to the nitty gritty. How dare she?
Look, I'm sure it was episodes filmed. I'm sure it was podcast filmed with S and whoever this other co-host is. I think Melyssa Ford was upfront and honest and transparent about that, saying that yes, we did do a few episodes. I guess in her eyes, she wasn't liking the vibe of it. She wasn't liking how the content was being produced and created. She didn't like the conversations y'all were having, so she felt like it would be better off if she just did the podcast on her own with special guests to talk about the topics that she was bringing up on the podcast. And honestly, if S and whoever else this other chick is would have kept it at least copacetic, I'm sure they could have popped on at a certain point. And then that's how you continue to come on there. We get familiar with you. And at a certain point, if we want to turn this into the S and Melyssa Ford podcast or the Melyssa Ford podcast and S podcast, we can. We can. Because at this point, if I can be honest with you, this is all for content. Now, I respect my nigga Danny because he does COE very fucking well. This is definitely an amazing example of content over everything. And hey, if I got the chance to interview Melyssa Ford's ex-co-host and she could spill all the tea with me and Raqi Thunder and whoever else, I don't know. No disrespect, I just don't know who the buddy is, whoever he is. My bad, but I don't know who you are. But yeah, I would definitely do it. So shout out to Danny, doing the Lord's work. But I guess it's good to really get a formal address about this certain topic. And I guess this could be the bookend, hopefully. I mean, Melyssa Ford was just on Twitter posting laughing emojis. I'm assuming this is concerning this. So that's that. But hopefully everybody can move on. And like I said, if this S chick is really that hell-bent about it, she should just go ahead, put her own money into it, and make her own podcast. That's what she should do. And she could use the name, the Menopod. Like, the name is okay, but it's not that, like, she's talking like it's some groundbreaking, like, it's all right. It's okay name, I guess. Anyways, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. As always, I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy. And shout out to Raqi Thunder, man. She looked very beautiful on this set right here. I like her fit. She's giving me grown baddie vibes. I love it. Fuck with it. Anyways, peace.